Times are changing. Gold and silver are getting lower to the ground with premiums. In fact, I would say and argue that gold premiums are non-existent. You can buy spot price gold or even actually below spot price. I've seen some deals on the Silver Forum for below spot price gold. It is a crazy world and a crazy time to be a buyer. You have all the power, so don't stand for it when dealers will offer you high prices when you buy from them. So I want to share today some of my thoughts and insights on this whole world of buying gold and silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another Precious Metal Ramble. Are we in a golden era for buying gold and silver? Premiums have come down drastically since the beginning of the year, and gone are the days where you would have to pay 3 or 4% over spot price for your brand new Britannias. Dealers are competing with each other and a very liquid second-hand market. And I like to think that my Backyard Bullion Buyers Club, the intermediary service that I run, has had a small effect on that market, having sold over £750,000 worth. That's £750,000 worth of gold and silver on behalf of other people this year. I feel I have placed myself quite well within the market to talk about the changes that I've observed since the beginning of the year. So that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video, talk about why premiums have come down, the effect that's having on the market, and for us as buyers, I think it gives us a lot of power. So I want to share some of my insights as a buyer of precious metals as well as we go throughout today's video. Now, if you are interested in our Buyers Club information, you can email me. There's a link down in the description box below. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to our channel, because you may miss some of the amazing deals that we have out there. Like this weekend, we sold nearly 40 sovereigns. In fact, there were 39 sovereigns and a whole bunch of quarter-ounce gold that we put up for sale at 1%, 2% and 3% over spot price. And that even there is a pretty good price. For quarter ounce gold, you would be paying 14, 15, 16% over spot for that on a dealer's website. So we have been competing with those dealers significantly over this last year, and that's one of the reasons why the Backyard Bullion Buyers Club, I think, has been as successful as it is. People have been able to get fantastic deals when buying, but also selling as well. Now, selling has changed an awful lot, and at the beginning of the year, we were selling, for example, bits of silver at let's call 1 ounce silver Britannias as an example. So we had 1 ounce silver Britannias out at around £27 an ounce. Now, spot price back then was maybe £1 an ounce more, but now with spot price being £1 an ounce less, if I put anything up for sale on my Buyers Club at more than 23, it sits around for a little while and doesn't sell as quickly. The market has changed drastically. Customers' expectations have changed massively. The ability for people to get very, very low to the ground premiums is a very, very good thing. And as a seller, I really could not care less. I don't make profit based on the price that we pay for things. It's very much, or price that I say people pay for things. It's very much a service sent to undercut the dealers in both the buying side of things and the selling. If the dealers are selling at £28 an ounce for Britannias right now, and we're selling at £25 an ounce for Britannias, we're going to win every time. If a seller can get £23 an ounce for their silver as opposed to spot price for their silver, they are winning every time. Now, whilst I am not in any way saying that my humble little service of selling £750,000, which is a colossal amount of money, don't get me wrong, but it's not the entire economy of the gold and silver buying world in the UK. It's not even a small dent. It is a microscopic portion. I like to think it's had a little bit of an impact on people's mindsets, at least. Maybe not in terms of the wallet hit that dealers might be taking, but certainly I think it has made a lot of buyers out there realize that they don't have to buy the gold and silver from a dealer and pay those high prices. Now, I've seen dealers, I think, somewhat struggling. And whilst you can never say they're struggling in terms of that sort of financial, are they going to go bust? Are they in trouble financially? But what I have seen are dealers out there trying to compete with second-hand market. Now, that traditionally just never happened. We have been around long enough to know that dealers just continued on with what they do. They expect and they want people to come and buy from them. Perhaps they don't know as much. Now, there's a lot of different world education-wise from those early days. just YouTube alone has grown massively from a gold and silver perspective. There are a lot more people out there in this world who are much better clued in to that whole world of gold and silver and how they can get the best prices. However, there are still a lot of people out there who don't necessarily do their research or don't see what is out there, and they can't see the best prices. So they go and they buy something from a dealer, and it's just not great. But I think an impact has been had because dealers are now competing and a run to the bottom on prices. You're seeing dealers offering items at 1% over spot or even spot price offers now. I'm seeing that happen, or giving away free silver Britannias with every gold ounce purchased. There is a lot going on at the moment that would suggest that the dealers are not getting as much liquidity in their volume of sales that they used to be. And I think that's really interesting. And that gives us as buyers a power spike. Now, it's super important still to do a lot of research and find the correct place to buy from that is not going to be a scam. We have seen some results of unfortunate scammers' work over the last couple of weeks on the Silver Forum, for example. But also, it is imperative to do research on those big companies that you see out there selling lots of gold and silver. Unfortunately, there are plenty of businesses out there that will tout themselves as an incredible, retailer of gold and silver as an opportunity, and they'll take people in with incredible sales spiels. They will tell you that the best thing since sliced bread are these incredible gold coins. And then once they've hooked you in and got you really salivating, then you find out that actually those prices are ridiculously high. And what they'll do is they'll just go and source the best value, cheapest pieces of gold or silver that they can find, and they'll tout it to you and sell it to you for a high price. And then you'll have paid a high premium at your entry point. And that is the danger zone. If you pay high premiums at the start, you're not going to get them out at the other end unless you're exceptionally lucky, or if you find an unfortunate person who doesn't know any better. And that leaves a bit of a sad taste in my mouth and other people's as well when you see that kind of thing touted and advertised. And I know there's been a few things on the Silver Forum lately of people who've come on and they've just put bog standard bullion at ridiculously high prices. And they have openly admitted that they're just waiting for some poor sap who does not know better. It's a fair open market. I call it legal scamming because these companies that will tout high premium gold and silver, which end up being completely bullion grade, absolute, dog of a coin type gold and silver, it's a legal scam. They've not done anything illegal. And I could name and shame so many companies. I'd love to, I really would, but I can't because they have not done anything illegal, and I would open myself up to a defamation lawsuit, and I don't want that in my life. But let me tell you, there are a lot of gold companies who are just pure crap, real pure crap. But anyway, that's enough for me on that particular subject. So what the market does for us as buyers is gives us leverage. It gives us power to look to get to the bottom. If you want to buy gold right now, you can still buy gold right now from a dealer at a high price, or you can buy it from a second-hand market option at a cheaper price. And that is often the best option to do. If you do it correctly, if you are clever, if you're smart and you do your research and you find the right buyers club, perhaps like the Backyard Bullion Buyers Club, or even just on the Silver Forum with some of the great sellers that we have on there, then you are going to be just fine. And looking to, the selling points of what we're doing right now, I would say if you're buying at spot or 1% over spot for gold, you have very little to worry about other than the natural fluctuations of gold and silver price. It is liquid. There is still a market for it. Having this week alone sold nearly £40,000 worth. You heard me right, £40,000 worth of gold and silver since, I suppose it's about a week and a half now. It was from Friday the week before last to now. That's like 9-10 days worth. 40 grand's worth of gold and silver just gone like that. I had 30 10-ounce germanium mint bars, and they were the only ones that took a little bit of time to sell. I was a bit worried that we'd flooded the market a little bit, but they all went. They still all went. Silver and gold just is popular right now. The world is batshit crazy, to coin a phrase, and I do apologise for my French there, but it's mad, and people want to buy as much gold and silver as they possibly can. But do so correctly. Do so with the power that you should have as a buyer right now. If somebody is looking to sell you something at a price pretty high over spot, just question it, because my experience of selling premium items right now is they do not sell very easily. If they're the right item, and if you're in the right market with a collectible background, it is still a viable market. But if you're buying sovereigns like these Jubilee, sorry, they're not Jubilee Head, they're the Young Head sovereigns. If you're buying Young Head sovereigns at £425 over spot, which, sorry, 425, not 425 over spot, but 425 a sovereign. Spot price for a sovereign right now is about 372. If you're buying them at 425, right now, brutally honest, you can get these for 385. I sold them for 382 this weekend plus post, so about 390 all in, and they went very quickly. If you're selling, something that you've bought at 425, are you going to get it? Are you going to compete with me? Are you going to compete with all those other sellers out there on the market? It would have to be a very special coin to get that, special mint mark or special condition. It's just not very easy to do. So what have we learned from, well, I guess this video? What have we learned? We've learned that we have more power as buyers than we did a year ago. We have a lot more liquidity as sellers than we did perhaps a year ago. Those premiums having come down mean that people are buying lower to the ground. They are able to get more for their money, even though spot price has gone up for gold. Silver is it's a hovering anomaly. It may well go up significantly in price in the future. But for right now, the best way that you can protect yourself if you want to buy silver and invest in silver is to make sure you're not spending £28, £29 an ounce for generic pieces of silver. Buy sensibly. If you want to join my Backyard Bullion Buyers Club, then please email me, byb@backyardbullion.com. We don't have any contact form sign-ups or anything like that. You just have to email me, and I'll add you to my newsletter. We've sent out, I think, the 79th one this week, which is since January, by the way. So you can see that we're sending out more than one newsletter a week at the moment with great deals on gold and silver. And I know we've got some more coming in. So we've got some more sovereigns coming in the not too distant future, as well as some half sovereigns. So there is definitely going to be some deals to be had. So with that all said, I want to say a big thank you to my Backyard Bullion Ramblers for sticking around to the end of my video. And a special thanks to the Cool Kids Club members who always watch to the end. If you would like to support our channel further than just watching, then please consider heading on over to our website and having a look at any stock that we might have. Otherwise, you just have to watch, you just have to like, you just have to share, you just have to comment and subscribe for more. See you on the next one.